just quickly say that a couple of weeks ago, because of the way the trans activists have had this sustained campaign of intimidation and harassment, I wrote to the Attorney General, thank you, Attorney General and the Commissioner of Police, because we believe the Peaceful Assembly Act is being misused. Under the Peaceful Assembly Act, it allows them to continue to harass and intimidate us. So it was quite a lengthy letter that I wrote, and I copied in maybe 6 or 7 MPs as well, and one federal senator, Senator Malcolm Roberts. I've heard nothing from anyone except Senator Roberts, who is federal, not state. So we don't have one state MP that will support us or try and protect us. So I think Malcolm's here today. We're really grateful to have him here. And Malcolm, can I hand it over to you?
Well, good morning, and thank you very much for being here today. I came to support you because of Shay, who's told me over many years, we've known each other for many years, and she's quite involved in so many of the things we're fighting for. But Shay told me of the violence and the lack of enforcement of the law by the police. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone who's here. That's the first thing. That's very, very important. What you're doing is marvellous for the whole of human race. And I mean that sincerely, because this is not just about 30, 40 women. This is about the whole human race. It's a global push to destroy families, to destroy women, to destroy pregnancies, to destroy kids. I'm serious about that. It is real. So thank you to the ladies here. Thank you to Sue Clark for doing what you're doing. We support your letter. Where's Hugh? Did we were going to endorse her letter. Did we send that? We did. Okay. We wrote a letter to the Queensland Government endorsing your letter saying we support your initiative. So thank you for that. We'll put more pressure on them.
Thank you.
I also want to thank my wife, who's a woman, of course. she's not here, but she gave me permission to be here. Sorry?
Does she know what one is?
Yes, my wife does know what a woman is. She knows what a man is too. I also want to thank the Queensland Police, the men and women who are here. I've talked with Hugh, who's a barrister in our office, and he said that the reason it's not being enforced is not because of the police officers, it's because largely, most likely, because of their orders from above. And so you're spot on, Sue, getting to the Attorney General and writing them, forcing them to change the law, or asking them to change the law. But you've already won. Because I'll tell you a story from the Senate. A few years ago, the Greens stood up and carried on with this gender bullshit. Sorry, where's Ellie? Sex bullshit, okay? Yeah. I'm being taught to use the right term, sex. Where am I supposed to stand? Here, am I? Okay. All right, so we were given instructions by the Greens that we must change the sex bullshit. Or rather, the standard idea of sex to include men who can change to women and women who can change to men. That is absolute bullshit. You cannot change your chromosomes. Sue was born with XX, I was born with XY. I'm a male, you're a female. That's it. You can cut bits off you, I can cut bits off me, but that won't change anything. I can wear a dress, but I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. So that's it. What I'm saying is that I was one of the only ones to speak up in the Senate against the Greens. And the Greens would say I'm a murderer, promoting suicide and all the rest of it. The real issue about suicide is young people who change their sex, sorry, you can't change sex, who go to have a change of sex or gender, and then realise later it cannot be reversed after they were promised it was reversible. Then they commit suicide. We're not the ones causing suicides. The transgender people are the ones causing suicides. The Greens are the ones causing suicides. So just to give you an idea of where it's going, the last time we spoke on this issue in the Senate was about 6 to 12 months ago. I was the first speaker, then a member from the Greens, Senator Nick McKim, and he just went off his face. He was so bad, so stupid in his comments that I posted his video on my website. because they're destroying themselves. Then we had 4 more people from the Conservative side speak, not 1 more Green. So we've changed the scale that way, just by standing up, just like you will by standing up. The Australian and New Zealand Psychologists or Psychiatrists Association, Professional Association, came out last year and said that gender affirmation is not the treatment for gender dysphoria anymore. That's a remarkable achievement, but it took them 5-10 years to do that. So we are winning. But you're also winning in another sense. When they come here to drown you out, that's an example of control. When they assault you, Leah, that's an example of control, physical control. Always beneath control there is fear. They're terrified of what you're doing. Correct, Gemma? Same in Ireland. Same here, Sue. You are winning. We are winning because they're trying to control you. That shows they're scared of you. So keep going. And we've already discussed that chromosomes can't be changed. Some of them look like, no, they don't even look like women. Some of them have been men and pretend to be women, but that means we have got to stand up to them, and they know it, and that's why they're terrified of you. We also know that from Leah, from Gemma, from Sue, from everyone here, that there's no safe space for women these days, none at all. You can't go into a change room without some turkey, and you'd have to be concerned about their mental health because they're in your space. So it's a serious issue. But as I said, it's not only about us individually, it's about the society. Because the Greens have been pushing this for years. And it's a UN agenda. Family law to smash the family. When you smash the family, you create dependence on government. That's it. The second thing you do is you smash sex identity, blur the differences. And then you promote victimhood. So they're now saying that women are victims. Leah didn't sound like a victim. Sounded like a target, but not a victim. So what they try and do is create dependency. Can you see how they do that? Victimhood and dependency. They smash children. They smash jails so that women now are in jail with men. There's no safe space. So that's what it's really about. It's about safety and security. But I want to thank, where's Sue? Sue, thank you so much for writing that letter. We have backed it up. We will continue to back you up. This is a fundamental thing from the fundamental thing about human society. There are 2 main structures in human civilization. One is the family. That's fundamental. Without that, the government rules. The other one is the nation state. The UN is trying to defeat both. You're part of a very much larger fight for survival of the human race. And I mean that sincerely. I had no idea 10 years ago when I first started exploring this issue. But thank you so much for what you're doing, and we will continue to support you, Sue.
Thank you.